For over a century, the Panama Canal has been the world's greatest shortcut, a narrow ribbon of water connecting the Atlantic and Pacific, saving ships weeks of travel and millions in fuel costs. This man-made marvel has transformed global shipping, turning what was once a perilous journey around Cape Horn into a safe, efficient passage that links continents and economies. It's not just an engineering marvel, it's the heart of global trade, pulsing with the movement of goods that fuel our modern lives. Every day, massive ships loaded with everything from oil to iPhones, grain to cars, pass through these locks, keeping the world's supply chains moving and economies thriving. Without the canal, global commerce would slow dramatically, prices would rise, and supply chains would fracture, leaving store shelves emptier and businesses scrambling for alternatives. But the canal is more than a trade route. It's a symbol of power, ambition, and the ability to shape the fate of nations. Whoever controls its ports holds sway over the flow of global goods, influencing economies far beyond Panama's borders. Once under U.S. control, the canal is now Panamanian, but its strategic importance has only grown as global trade has expanded and new players have entered the scene. Today, August 10, 2025, the canal is at the center of a new power struggle. This time, between the United States and China, two giants vying for influence in a rapidly changing world. The battlefield isn't military, it's economic, with a $23 billion corporate deal at stake and the future of global shipping routes hanging in the balance. At issue, who will control the gateways to the world's most important shortcut, and who will set the rules for the next century of trade? The answer is being decided in boardrooms from Shanghai to New York to Panama City, as leaders and executives weigh risks, rewards, and the future of global commerce. The implications touch everything from American supply chains to the balance of power in Latin America, shaping jobs, industries, and the very fabric of international relations. What happens at the Panama Canal sends ripples across the globe, affecting what you buy, how much it costs, and the delicate dance of international power. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. At the center of this unfolding story is Ports America, a giant in the world of terminal operations, quietly shaping the flow of global trade. Ports America holds critical assets at both ends of the Panama Canal, the ports of Balboa and Cristobal, making it a gatekeeper for one of the world's most important shipping routes. The seller in this high-stakes transaction is the Canadian Pension Plan Investment Board, or CPPIB, which is now ready to cash out for a staggering $23 billion. This isn't just any sale, it's one of the largest infrastructure deals of the decade, drawing attention from every corner of the financial world. The buyers? A powerful international consortium led by Mediterranean Shipping Company, or MSC, the world's largest container line, known for its vast fleet and global reach. But MSC isn't acting alone. Their key partner in this bid is China Ocean Shipping Company, Cosco, a state-owned Chinese shipping giant with ambitions that extend far beyond simple commerce. With Cosco's involvement, what might have been a straightforward business deal is now transformed into a geopolitical flashpoint, raising questions about control and influence. Cosco's stake means the Chinese government could gain a significant foothold at the canal's gateways, potentially shaping the flow of goods between the Atlantic and Pacific. While MSC would remain the majority partner, Cosco's involvement would give China a strategic presence at America's doorstep, raising the stakes for all involved. For U.S. officials, this is far more than a commercial transaction. It's a matter of national security, with potential consequences for the entire hemisphere. The $23 billion price tag isn't just for physical assets, it's for influence over a critical artery of global trade, a channel that powers economies worldwide. The deal has attracted interest from global finance heavyweights, investment banks, and sovereign wealth funds, but Cosco's presence has set off alarm bells in Washington and beyond. The outcome of this deal could reshape the balance of power in the Western Hemisphere, altering alliances and trade patterns for years to come. The stakes are enormous, and the world's media is watching closely to see who will ultimately control the canal's vital ports and the future of global shipping. This is more than a simple sale. It's a contest for the future of global commerce, with implications that reach every continent. The decision made here will reverberate far beyond Panama, sending shockwaves through international trade and politics. The world's supply chains, and the price of everything from cars to coffee, hang in the balance, as the outcome could affect what we buy and how much we pay. The next move in this high-stakes game could change everything, not just for Panama, but for the entire world. Cosco isn't just another shipping company, it's one of the world's largest, with a fleet that circles the globe. Its ships are everywhere, from Los Angeles to Singapore, moving the goods that power the modern world. But Cosco is more than a business. It's a state-owned enterprise controlled by the Chinese government. Its executives are Communist Party members, and its strategy aligns with Beijing's national goals. Cosco's global expansion is deliberate, buying stakes in ports from Greece to Africa, building a network that strengthens China's grip on global trade. Each port is a pearl in China's maritime string of pearls strategy. A foothold in Panama would be the most prized pearl yet. For China, controlling ports means securing supply chains and projecting power far from home. Cosco's presence in Panama would reduce China's reliance on others and give it leverage in global commerce. As a Cosco executive put it, "Where our ships go, China's influence goes." The Panama Canal is the next logical step in this strategy. That's why Cosco's role in the deal is so controversial, and why Washington is so concerned. This isn't just about shipping, it's about who shapes the future of global trade. The stakes couldn't be higher. Cosco's ambitions are part of something even bigger, China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, a project that is reshaping the global landscape of trade and infrastructure. The BRI is President Xi Jinping's sweeping vision to connect China to the world through a vast network of roads, railways, and crucially, ports that span continents and oceans. It's a modern Silk Road spanning over 150 countries and involving investments worth trillions of dollars, linking Asia, Europe, Africa, and beyond in a web of commerce and influence. The Belt refers to overland routes, railways and highways stretching across Eurasia, while the Road is actually maritime, a chain of seaports and shipping lanes from Asia to Europe and Africa, connecting distant markets. Cosco, China's state-owned shipping giant, is the main vehicle for building this maritime Silk Road, expanding its reach to every corner of the globe. Each port acquisition is a strategic step toward making China the center of global trade, shifting the balance of economic power. Panama is the missing link, the crucial gateway to the Americas, where the Atlantic and Pacific meet. A stake in the canal's ports would anchor China's network in the Western Hemisphere, right in America's backyard, giving China unprecedented access to the world's most vital shipping shortcut. For China, it's a strategic leap forward. For the US, it's a direct challenge to its traditional dominance in the region. Supporters say the BRI brings jobs, infrastructure, and development to underserved regions. Critics warn it's a tool for expanding Chinese influence, creating debt dependencies, and undermining local sovereignty. Cosco's move in Panama is about more than business. It's a calculated play for global power, influence, and control over the arteries of world trade. The canal is the ultimate prize in China's quest to redraw the map of world trade, a symbol of its growing ambitions on the world stage. The outcome of this contest will shape not just the future of the Americas, but the direction of global commerce and geopolitics for decades to come. The stakes are global, the competition fierce, and the world is watching every move. News of Cosco's bid for the Panama Canal port set off alarms in Washington. The Trump administration responded swiftly, calling the deal a red line for U.S. security. Officials warned that Chinese control could threaten supply chains and give Beijing leverage over American trade. There are fears the ports could be used for intelligence gathering or even military purposes. The U.S. is pressuring Panama to block the deal and reviewing it through national security channels. The message is clear. Cosco's involvement is unacceptable, and the U.S. is prepared to play hardball. The battle lines are drawn. For Panama, this is a diplomatic nightmare. The country is caught between its historic ally, the U.S., and its new economic partner, China. The U.S. built the canal and remains Panama's key security partner, but China is now the canal's second biggest user and a major investor. Panama's leaders want to attract Chinese investment without angering Washington. President Laurentino Cortizo insists Panama will act in its own national interest, but every move is scrutinized by both superpowers. Approving the deal could bring billions in investment but risks U.S. retaliation. Rejecting it could anger China and scare off future investors. The Panamanian public is divided. Some see opportunity, others fear becoming a pawn. For Panama, there's no easy answer. Every choice comes with a price. The world is watching to see which way Panama will lean. This is a high-stakes game of geopolitical chess. China, with Cosco as its knight, is making a bold move deep in America's traditional sphere of influence. For China, a stake in the canal is a symbol of global power and a platform for expanding influence in Latin America. For the US, blocking Cosco is about defending its backyard and maintaining the status quo. MSC and the Canadian Pension Fund are caught in the crossfire, just wanting a good deal. Panama is the board itself, trying not to get broken as the giants battle. Every move is calculated and the outcome will shape the global order. Beyond politics, the outcome will impact global trade and your wallet. The canal is a linchpin of supply chains. Its neutrality keeps goods moving and prices stable. If Cosco gains control, rivals may fear unfair treatment or data leaks, driving up shipping costs. Disruption could ripple through the economy, raising prices for everyday goods. The ports could become tools in a trade war, giving China leverage in future disputes. The current operators are seen as neutral. Cosco's presence would politicize the ports. Uncertainty is bad for business, and global corporations crave predictability. The fight over the canal introduces new risks to global commerce. The world can't afford instability at its most vital shortcut. The world is watching Panama's next move. Will US pressure block the deal, or will Panama approve Cosco's stake? Each scenario carries consequences: shifting alliances, economic fallout, and a new phase in the US-China rivalry. This is more than a port deal, it's a test of the future world order. Will commerce stay separate from geopolitics, or will infrastructure become a battleground? The fate of the canal's ports will help answer that question. What happens at the world's greatest shortcut will shape the path we all travel in the 21st century.